Hello, good morning. Welcome back to today's session. Let's see what the session is all about. So, today it's a little hot, isn't it? So, let's see. Before I start, I want you all to have a notebook and a pen handy. Is it ready? English language part that we have completed in the previous classes, including today's class. So, listen carefully. So, let's see. So, we're talking about a change in heat. Really, right? Yesterday, day before was really hot. The previous days it was much cooler. So, let's see what we are talking about. Today, the room is hot, isn't it? It's about 30 degrees. Right? Without the fan, it is very difficult. It is hot. So, and when it becomes 40 degrees, what does the room become? It becomes hotter. So, because the fan is not working and maybe even the AC is not working very well, so the room is getting hotter, right? And let's see what's happening next. This is the hottest temperature that I have faced. Why? Because it's gone to 50 degrees. Earlier it was 30, it was hot, it went up to 40, it was hotter, and now it's reached 50 degrees. And what? This is the hottest that I have faced in a long time. So, what are we speaking about here? When we are speaking about the temperature of the room, we are talking about the temperature of the room. So, we are talking about some quality of that room, right? We are talking about an adjective of quality. And what is happening? The adjective of quality, the quality keeps changing. So, this is why we call the next one the degrees of comparison. So, what are we comparing? How the room was previously, then how did it get, and how it is now, or different degrees. It could be just now, or we could compare it with yesterday's temperature or the previous day's temperature. So, when you are comparing something, and it is called degrees of comparison, and I am K. Shailaja Rao, soft skill trainer at Aditya Global Business School, Surampalim. This is an introduction for those who have joined today. All the others I am sure know me very well. So, what we have seen earlier in this example is that the room is hot, isn't it? The room is getting hotter, wasn't it? And this is the hottest temperature I have seen. So, what we are seeing here is the degrees of comparison. This is a positive degree. The first degree, which tells the quality of something or place or person, is called a positive degree. And this is a comparative degree when you are comparing it to how it was earlier, okay? And this is the superlative degree. That means that is the highest that you can express in about that quality. So, it is the hottest means no, you can't go more than that. So, that is a superlative degree. All these three are called degrees of comparison. So, what do you learn today? So, we learn that the adjective of quality can be expressed in degrees. That is, you can say whenever you talk about adjectives of quality, you can tell how good or bad it is depending on you know what you feel. So, these are called, when the first one is called a positive degree, that is, it is beautiful, or and then you have the comparative and the superlative. So, when the noun or the adjective, the noun or the pronoun is not compared to anything else. Oh, she is a beautiful girl, or not remove the beautiful, I will put a pretty girl. She is a pretty girl. So, we are not, we are just saying that she is pretty. We are not comparing her to anything else or anybody else. When you say, so silver is costly, base adjective, you are talking about costly. And then when you are comparing silver to another metal, maybe gold, then you would say gold is costlier than silver. And if you were talking about a third thing, it could be, gold, silver, and then you're talking about something which is more expensive than or more costlier than gold and silver, you would say it is the costliest, diamond is the costliest material on earth. So when you're comparing two things, you can use the comparative, but when you're comparing three, you use the superlative. Or when you say it is the highest, that you can get costliest material on earth. So you're awarded a degree. So let's look at, I have never seen him as angry as he was this morning. What happened? Okay. Of course, my drawing is the most beautiful one in the competition. We have to navigate through one of the busiest streets to go through that stadium. Go to. The days are getting colder as we near winter. She had the most awkward experience at work. You see, some of the things are, as angry as busiest. Here it is busiest, and then here it is most beautiful. Here you're adding ER and it becomes, getting colder as we near winter. Let's look at why these degrees are different than what we studied earlier. We said costly, costlier, costliest, pretty, prettier, prettiest, or tall, taller, tallest. That is, tall is positive, taller is comparative, and tallest is superlative. So let's look at these differences. So what do we have to keep in mind is very few as adjectives as, no other as adjective as. This is one thing we should remember. That is, whenever we say very few or no other, you can use a positive. No, very few Indian saints are as popular as Vivekananda, or no other speaker was as good as Vivekananda. Okay? And then when you comparative, you always comparative, this is a tip I am giving you, a comparative adjective or a comparative degree is always followed by a than. Remember that. Than. Ali is more studious than Jim. If there is a blank there, you should remember that it's a comparative degree. That is why there is a than. And the objective is followed by in or of. Always superlative is always followed by, before it has a the, and it is followed by in or of. Ali is the boy, the quietest boy in the class. Or Ali is the fastest boy of them all. So the superlative is always followed by in and of, and before the superlative you always get the the. Remember that. I hope you are making a note of these things, because it's very important to remember these things, not only for this test but all through your English language career. All through your career, wherever you have to speak in English, you have to remember these things. Next one. What is happening? Okay. So always, like in the English language, it's a very funny language. They give us some rules and they tell us follow these rules, and then they will say there are some exceptions to these rules. So the thing is, we have to remember these exceptions. We can't make an exception. We have to follow those rules, and we have to remember the exceptions to those rules. So what are the exceptions to the comparative and superlative degrees? That is, there are some words for which we cannot add ER or EST, like we say tall, taller, tallest, right? By adding er, tall becomes comparative, est, it becomes the superlative. Similarly, costly, ly, whenever some word ends with y, it changes to, the comparative spelling changes to ier, and the superlative spelling changes to iest, costliest. But there are some rules or some exceptions to these rules. What are the words that are exceptions? Good cannot become gooder and goodest. Good can only become better and best. So, Ravi is good, Ram is better than Ravi, but Chetan is the best in the class. See, when you are comparing Chetan to a lot other people, to the whole class, it is he is the best in the class. Or you could say Ravi is good, Ram is better, Chetan is the best of the three. So, that is how you use these words in sentences. And then bad. Bad, you can't say badder, baddest. Always remember, bad is an exception. Bad becomes worse. The weather is bad. They say it's going to get worse than before, and this is the worst weather I have seen in a year. Okay? Many, much, any of these becomes more and most. So, generally you use more and most as comparatives when and superlatives when you add them to words which are longer. Like I was talking about beautiful, right? I'll explain it a little more. So, you don't say beautifuler and beautifulest. What you say is more beautiful and most beautiful. Next one is far doesn't become farer. This is my house is much farer than his house. No, it is farther. It's not further. Remember, there's a difference between further and farther. Farther, actually it denotes distance, or further is a little away. Farther means a little a distance away. Farther and farthest, something that is far away. And little becomes less and least. Okay? I got a little pudding. She got less than me. He got the least of all. Okay? So, these are the exceptions. Remember, good, bad, many, much, far and little are the exceptions to comparative and superlative, where you can't add er, the suffix er or est, and make them comparative and superlative. You have to change the words. Remember these. So, good, bad, much, many, far and little. These 5 words are exceptions. I'll just give you a few examples. Okay? Geeta is the strongest player among us. Sheila is strong, but not stronger than Kavita. See how you can start even with when you want to express the comparison between 2 or 3 people, you can say it anyway, like Geeta is the strongest, Sheila is strong but not stronger than Kavita. Similarly, area wise, China is larger than India. India is also a large country, but Russia is the largest country in the world. India is large, China is larger, Russia is the largest. I am better at drawing than my sister. My mother draws the best. We are all good at drawing. See, good, better, best. He saw the worst film of his life. No movie he's seen was worse, and he's seen some pretty bad ones. So, bad, worse, worst. Anil's school was farther from his house than his tuition. His friend Sunil's house, though, was farthest from his house. Everything is too far, exclaimed Anil. So far, farther, farthest. It's not further. Okay, it's farther, farther, farthest. So let me see how many of you, now try comparing these people. Who is old, who is older, and among these people, if you can write, I'd be very happy. Or you can write who is young. Then you can write who is the fastest, who is fast, and who is the fastest. You can see the number of seconds they have finished their 100 meters in. So, who is the fastest? Write who is the fastest. Who is fast and who is the fastest? Yes, Rishi is the youngest among all. Usha is young, right? 14 is also young, but who is the youngest? Rishi is the youngest among all. Who is the fastest? Who is fast? Who is faster and who is the fastest? Who is the youngest of all? Rishi is the youngest of all. You got that right. Who is as old as Ritu? You see, Ritu is as old as Usha. Usha is as old as Ritu. Who runs faster than Usha? Rishi runs faster than Usha, but who's as intelligent as Rishi? Usha is as intelligent as Rishi. How? See, it is a comparison. When you're comparing two people, you use ER, faster, and when you're comparing more than two, you always use the superlative. So, I've got a small video for you. Listen to the video. Enjoy it. At the same time, note down the points and see what it's saying.
Degrees of comparison. An adjective of quality changes its form when it is used to compare one noun with another. It is called the degree of comparison of an adjective.
There are 3 degrees of comparison: the positive degree, the comparative degree, the superlative degree. The positive degree is used to refer to one object, person, or place without making any comparison. For example, she has a big house.
The comparative degree refers to a greater degree of adjective as compared to the positive degree.
It is used to compare two objects, people, or places. For example, her house is bigger than my house.
The superlative degree refers to the greatest degree of adjective.
It is used to compare more than two objects, people, or places. For example, his house is the biggest of all.
In order to form comparative and superlative degrees of adjective, remember the following rules.
We add ER and EST to most one or two syllable words that end in consonants. For example, dull, duller, dullest.
When the positive ends in E, we add only R and ST to the adjective.
For example, large, larger, largest, When the positive ends in consonant plus y, we drop the y and add IER and IEST. For example, lucky, luckier, luckiest. When the positive is a word of one syllable that ends in vowel plus consonant, we double the ending consonant and then add ER and EST. For example, red, redder, reddest. When the positive is long, that is a word of two or more syllables, we add more and most before the
Adjective.
to form comparative and superlative degrees. For example, useful, more useful, most useful. There are some adjectives that do not form the comparatives and superlatives from their positives. They have irregular degrees of comparison. For example, good, better, best. We use than with a comparative degree, use the with a superlative degree. For example, Mohan is shorter than Ricky. Falguni is the shortest girl in her class.
I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you learnt it a lot better than when I was speaking, or it was just reiterating whatever I said. So, how about the ER and EST, IER, IEST, and when something ends in a Y, you use IER. So, and if it ends with a vowel and a consonant like red or ED, it becomes redder and reddest. So, now let's go and you know when do we add? Now let's see when we add. So when do we add more and most as comparative and superlative? This we have to know a little bit about phonetics. That is, whenever the word has one syllable or two syllable, it has more than one syllable, or one or two syllables, we use ER and EST. But if it is more than two syllables, when the word is generally longer, base rule is basic, this thing you to remember is easy to remember is when there is a long word, when there is a big word, you cannot add ER. You cannot say beautifuler or beautifulest. Beautiful is a 3-syllable word. Beautiful. So, whenever you say beautiful, you have to add more beautiful or most beautiful. So, there are some words which, there are many adjectives which are long or which are a 3-syllable or longer words. For those words, you have to add more and most to make them, you know, comparative or superlative. So, what like there's beautiful, then let's take some more examples. Important, important, again a 3-syllable words. Whenever there's a 3-syllable words, we have to use more important, most important. Okay, and then expensive, expensive. You know, whenever you get a doubt, try to count the syllables in that word, and if you can count, a syllable is one sound. Okay, a syllable is the shortest sound. So, most words, red, red is just one sound, right? You don't say red, you don't say that, you say red. So, in one go you can hear that, complete that word. So, red had tall, tall is just one syllable word. So, then you have, you know, ER and EST, but when the syllables are 3 or more, you add more and most. So let's look at expensive. So expensive is a 3-syllable word again. So you use more expensive and most expensive. This is an expensive pen, but that is more expensive, and he has the most expensive pen of all. So some more words that are have taken more and most are careful, careful, okay, and beautiful, intelligent, practical. So these are again 3-syllable words, so they take in more and most. Then again, as you know, English is such a language that we have so many rules that we have to follow. But don't go by the rules, the numbers, just think about the subject. Look at the topic, look at the subject, note down those points, and it's easy to remember the rules. You don't have to actually remember the rules. If you know the right way to speak, automatically you will be following that rule. Because we don't, you know, when you learn driving, you don't look at, don't sit with the rule book and say, okay, this is rule 1, we must overtake from the right, then rule 2, we must stop at a red signal, rule 3, we must always give a blinker when you're turning right. So do you study all that and then start to learn driving or riding a bike? No, right? You start riding a bike and you start doing it, and then along the way you learn these rules, or before you get your license you learn these rules, or on the way you learn these rules. So that's exactly what you can do with English, whether it's speaking English or writing English. You just start doing it, and along the way you will know what is the right way to do it and what is the wrong way to do it. When you're making a mistake, you'll automatically, if you start listening to more and more English, you'll automatically understand when something is being said wrongly. So you will correct yourself, and you will also be able to point out the mistakes that are there. Just because it's not that you know the rules, it's just that you're listening to more, or writing more, or reading more English. So that is the best way to learn these rules. So but anyway, let's go through the rules. Rule 1 is, if a single quality is compared between 2 persons, more or most are to be used. When you're comparing a single quality, she is wiser than her brother is wrong. Whenever you're comparing 2 people, you will not say wiser, you will say, though wiser is wise, wiser, wisest is correct. But when you're comparing just that quality, you will say more wiser than her brother. Okay? This is the correct one. This is the correct one. So whenever you're comparing one quality, whenever she is prettier than her sister, wrong. You're comparing her beauty to her sister. You should always say she is more prettier than her sister. Okay? And if you want to compare 3, then you're comparing one quality. I will go ahead in that. So always remember, when you're comparing one quality between 2 people, always use more. And then rule 2. When 2 qualities of single person or single thing are compared, more is used with the first adjective, even if it is a single syllable word. Again, when you're comparing not only one quality, but you're comparing more qualities, like he is wiser than shrewd. He is more wise than shrewd. You're comparing these 2 qualities in that person. Is he more wise or more shrewd? When you are comparing the 2 qualities in a single person, what you will be doing is, or a single thing, is this is this rough and hard? If you want to compare these 2 qualities, whether it is rough and hard, is this more rough than hard? So that's what you will see. the two qualities of a single object or a single thing or a single person. When you compare, you use more again. He is more wise than shrewd. Is this pen more rough than hard or more soft than hard? So, when you are comparing these two, you will use more. Okay, sorry, Marina. Rule 3. So, remember that now that double comparatives or superlatives are no longer used. You don't nowadays, you never say these shoes are more preferable. Whenever you are comparing, than those. When you are comparing two pairs of shoes, you will not say more preferable. You will just say these shoes are preferable to those. This is the right one. These shoes are preferable to those, not more preferable. Oops. 4. The adjectives which give absolute sense do not take more or most. When we say parallel, there cannot be parallel, some things words have absolute sense, like when we say square, we cannot say more square, right? Square is perfect. Square where all sides are equal is called a square. Something cannot be more square. Or when we say parallel, when two lines are moving at equidistance, we call it parallel lines. So, they cannot be more perfection to parallel lines, can there? No. When we say something is round, we know that it is a circle, perfect circle. Round means perfect circle. So, there we cannot say rounder, roundest. So, for these words, when they are absolute, you cannot use comparative. That idea is more universal than that. Universal itself means it is accepted everywhere. So, the idea is universal and the other is not. Okay? You cannot say more universal, more parallel, more square, more rounder, more round, because they are perfect, absolute. You get the complete sense in those words. So, you do not add more or most to those adjectives. Rule 5. Some adjectives, we always said comparative always followed by than. Again, there is an exception. So, what is an exception? That some adjectives are not followed by than. That is, they are followed by to and not by than. What are those adjectives? Junior, senior, inferior, prefer, preferable, superior, elder. Here you do not say he is elder than me. That's a mistake most of you make when you do not know this rule. Whenever these words, remember these words are always followed by to. He is elder to me. This officer is senior to that officer, not than that officer. So, senior, junior, inferior, prefer, preferable, superior. This pen is superior to that pen, not superior than that pen. Okay? So, these words, again, these exceptions to the rule. I always said always when you compare, it is easy to identify because than is used. But again here, than will not be used when these words come. You will be using to. Superior to, inferior to, preferable to. I prefer to go walking than jogging. So, you are comparing walking and jogging. But I will not say I prefer walking than jogging. I prefer to walk than jog. Rule 6. What similar things should be compared when you compare two things? You cannot compare two different things. Like you can't compare age and a thing. So, I will tell you with an example. The speed of this car is greater than the old one. Here I think you understand the meaning that you are comparing the speed of the car to the speed of the old car. But if you say it like this, it means it is wrong. You have to say the speed of this car is greater than that of the old car. Then that of the old car. What are you comparing? You're just comparing the speed of the new car to the speed of the old car. When you say it in the first instance, you could mean that you're comparing the speed of the new car to the old car. You cannot compare the speed and the car. See, we cannot compare speed of the car with the car. So, we have to compare the speed of the new car with the speed of the old car. Understand? So, the second sentence, there is more clarity in this. The speed of this car is greater than that of the old car. Then that of shows we are comparing it the speed, not than the old car, than the old one. When you say you're meaning you're comparing the speed to the old car. Not right. Probably people who listen to you might understand it, but then that's not the correct way to speak or express. Then rule 7. Rule 7 is when comparative degree is used in the superlative sense, we should use any other if you are comparing things or persons of the same group. Like, you know, when I say Ravi is smart, Ram is smarter, but Rakesh is the smartest. When I say smartest, I should say any other. Ravi is smart, Ram is smarter, Rakesh is the smartest than any other in the class. So, when you're comparing things or persons of the same group, use any other. Similarly, he is better than any student of his class, he is better than any other student of his class. Okay? Delhi is cleaner, not when best, when you're comparing better. Delhi is cleaner than any other city in Bangladesh. No, when we are comparing a city in Bangladesh, we have to say Delhi is cleaner than any city in Bangladesh. Okay? Any other person, when you're comparing a thing, any city. Okay? Rule 8. When two adjectives in different degrees of comparison are used in the same sentence, both should be complete in itself. Let us understand this with an example. He is as bad, if not better than his brother. Confusing, right? He is as bad as, if not better than his brother. So, what are you comparing? You are comparing him to his brother. Or if you want, we could put a name to make it clearer. Ram, okay. Ram is as bad, if not better than his brother. Wrong. Why? You should be saying Ram, instead of a pronoun, I am using a noun. Ram is as bad as, if not better than his brother. Maybe slightly better, but he is as bad as his brother. If not better means you are comparing both the brothers, but you are saying he is as bad as him, maybe if not slightly better than his brother. So, this is what when two adjectives in different degrees of comparison are used in the same sentence, both should be complete in itself. Rule 9. Comparative degree should be used while comparing two, and superlative degree when we compare more than two. This we already learnt, right? When you are comparing two things, only use comparative, but when you are putting the third thing into the picture, third person or thing into the picture, always use the superlative. Among the three, who is more hardworking? Among the three, you should always use who is most hardworking. Hardworking is a word which has more than two syllables. Hard working. So, more than two syllables. Working. Hard working. So, three syllables. So, you use more and most. So, whenever you are comparing two, he is more hardworking than the other person, him, or Ravi is more hardworking than Ram. But when you are comparing a third person, you should say, or if you are comparing a whole lot of people, who is the most hardworking in the group, in the class? That's how you should say it. Rule number 10. When than or as are followed by the first and the second person pronouns, Verb can be omitted, but not in the pronouns of the when you're using the third person. For example, he is not as clever as his brother. He is not as clever as his brother is. Always end it with a, when you're using a third person, you always do not omit the pronoun. You always add it. He is not as clever as his brother is. Now, let's look at another video to clearly understand a little more about the degrees of comparison, the second video.
Time to get serious. Time to get serious! Complete the mission.
Okay, actually this is a sort of a small test for you. See if you can get the answers right before the time's up. You can see the time's up board there, the signal there. So there is a question of the three teachers. Victor is he's showing which one he's talking about, right? So you have a hint there. Who is the dash? So try and see if you can get the answer before the answer is put up on the screen. So this is a small test for you. If you understood what to put, whether it's comparative, superlative or positive degree, and whether you have to put single syllable, if it's a single syllable, or you have to put more and most. So look at these questions and try to answer these questions quickly before time's up. Okay? Yeah, continue. Yes. Did you enjoy that? That was super easy, right? It was very, very easy. But it's very easy when you get the answers on the board. But when you have actually do it yourself, it might be a little more tougher. It's not easy actually. It's not difficult actually. Okay. I hope you found that video useful, and also that it was a quick exercise whether you could get the word before the video got it, whether before the answer was put up on the board. So, this is how you have to think quickly even for your test. So, all these topics that we completed, nouns, adjectives and degrees of comparison, will be in your test today afternoon. I am sure you will do very well because it is very easy. Read all the types of nouns, you should be able to identify them, also the adjectives and types of adjectives, and of course, the degrees of comparison. Okay then, hope you had a good session today. See you all in the next class. Bye for now.